Shall we begin?
This is not a drill.
Repeat, this is not a drill.
Let's begin now.
Ignore me no more, or forever miss me gone. Stop caring, I will.
Sweet girl, I am yes. Don't underestimate me. Cut a bitch, I will.
There went Pops one day, suggesting I do something in a whole new way.
Hey.
Hey,
I'm so super excited. And so for those of you watching, there's a link to come in and pop in and celebrate with us. So I made it, you guys, like thanks to the help of some friends and some fellow supportive creators. I reached 100 YouTube subscribers and set my Vanity URL today. Woohoo! So exciting! So before we get to the drawing for free art, I got this today. Salazar, Mr. Frank Salazar. I love the lettering, by the way. Do you do your own lettering in your comic book?
sometimes I do fonts, but sometimes I'll go over some.
Yeah, I was looking at this. I'm like, that's pretty cool because I created one custom set of fonts. I have another set of fonts that I created, but I haven't uploaded them yet to convert them using that online website. But let's see what Frank sent me, you guys. Ooh, this is one of those gloves you were telling. Tell me again what this is for, what it does.
So it's a anti-smudge glove. You can use it for regular art.
Do you put it on the hand you're drawing with, or the other hand?
The hand you're drawing with.
The hand you're drawing. Okay.
Most people, and I use it for digital art. So when you're drawing on the screen, your hand isn't reacting with the screen. So because some screens are touch sensitive.
Do I have it on right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yay. Say hi, everyone. We've got people watching. And then, is this the comic book? You didn't.
Yes, I think I sent a couple. Oh, yeah, it's the mass boom.
That's so cool. Oh, I love this. These are really rad. So, and these are the ones you were telling me about that you give the kids?
Yeah, this one. Armor of God.
This is what I'm holding it. Look, I have something in my hands from another creator, you guys. Woohoo! This is adorable. This is really cute. I'm gonna, I haven't, now that we are back and if they can actually have service at our church, I'm gonna have to get in touch with whoever the youth person is over there. I don't even know who it is anymore because I think they had went to a different church. So, I'm gonna. Oh, let me take this off for a second. I gotta add a banner thing at the bottom. If you're watching, I need to know you're watching, and you'll want to be here at 7:15. I'm just saying. So throw a comment up there if you're watching, and let me go create a banner. Stick around until 7.
Was anyone in the chats? I know Ronnie was there earlier.
Yeah, well, Crimson Owl was there, and I did send him an invitation. Notifications, messages. Nope, nada, nothing. But that's okay. That is
And I
okay.
did send him an invitation.
Oh, my volume was up on that. Uh-oh. There he is. There he is. Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Good.
Congratulations on the 100s.
Yay! I'm so excited. I was just opening. So Frank sent me a glove thingy because he knows I'm doing digital for the first time in my entire life, and he sent me one of those cute little gloves.
Right.
And then he sent me some of the comic books he does.
Oh yeah, Frank does a great job with the minis.
Yeah, isn't this rad? Like, I mean, my mind is blown at this. I can't wait to read these. Yeah, so like what, hun?
I think I sent you the series I have so far for Captain Goggles and Mask Woman, plus the Captain Courage one.
Nice. I know. I have every intention of reading them. So this hasn't gone in the mail yet, but that's already packaged, by the way. It's already sealed, by the way, Mr. Frank. And no, you don't get to know what's in it. I wanted to very, very much. It's funny. You're both still in the entry.
Mm-hmm.
So what I announced this contest. I announced this drawing contest a couple months ago. As I was doing my live streams, it was one of those things that I kind of did it on the sly, but I wasn't like too aggressive, but I was kind of aggressive, and I was kind of like, hey. So what I did is there was really only two parameters: was to be a subscriber since I started it, which would be within the last 90 days, and you had to, I could see having subscribed publicly.
Gotcha.
Because if I can't see them, I can't put them in the drawing. I don't know who they are. I have 102 subscribers, but only I can only see like 55 or so of them. So the way I'm gonna do it is I have this is the numbers 1 through 37. So there were 37 people that subscribed from the time I started this contest a couple months ago till now. We have 37 people to choose from.
That's
and
cool.
I have the list up in my YouTube for my subscribers. And these are people that publicly subscribe. So it's not as if I'm sharing private information. So I'm gonna go to YouTube. Probably shouldn't share audio. I don't need the audio. And then I'm going to add it. Okay. So I have witnesses to make sure this is a fair game, fair play. So the other thing is it's scrolling at the bottom. We have like 2 people watching right now. From the time we have started till now, we've had like 3 people, 4 people, 2 people, 4 people. Now we have 2.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in chat right now, you need to throw up a comment so you can get something special. But I'm not gonna know you're there unless you tell me you're there. Anywho, so the piece behind us that you guys, for those of you watching and for everyone in here, is this girl. She is a silhouette piece. She was originally meant to be all black, meaning like you don't see a face, there's no features. It was a practice piece originally, but then I turned it into a piece. She's in a graveyard, and I turned it into a piece I'm going to use in my poetry narrative book novel that I'm doing called This Is Not Emotional Burlesque. So the winner is getting a piece of art it's not even been published yet. This artwork's gonna be in the book I'm doing. And so that is that's what we're drawing for, fellas. So when I pull the number, I'm gonna just simply go down that list, and they're in order. Let me see. Subscriber count. No, I don't want it in that order. Date subscribed. It doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, let's go. Okay, so I have it. I'm gonna put it in order by most recent, and then I'm gonna pull the number. They got 1 in 37 person chance. Oh, I know what I did. I gotta go back over here. I have it on the wrong view. I tried to figure out how to export this list, you guys, and if either of you know a quick way to do it, let me know. But I really couldn't find a way to do this quickly. So see, okay, so all 37 of these people are on this one screen as I'm scrolling, okay? So when I pull the number, I'm just going to find out what person. There's no alpha order, so I'm just going to find out who the person is based on the order on the list. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's
I
do
was
it.
like, pull the number for me. Can't really do that. Oh, okay. And the winner is number 31. Okay, so that means I gotta go down and figure out what number is 31. So if there's 37 people, this would be the 37th. And yes, I'm that dumb. 36. Wait, 31, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31 is Keely Chow. I'm like, who is Keely Chow? Let's go see. Oh, I know her. I know this girl. Nice. Okay, my friend Keely, I think I just met her through a mutual friend. So she won. You guys.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Are you guys excited? Was that thrilling? That was pretty exciting. Having 100 subscribers is pretty exciting. So while we're here, again, if you're watching this and you're hearing my voice and you're just, that's cool, lurk away. But it says at the bottom, if you're in my chat, let us know you're here.
Right.
And then, so Salazar, let's see what we got. We've got Frank do you just go by Ronnie or do people call you Crimson Owl?
You could call me Ronnie.
Okay. So I got Ronnie here in the studio from Crimson Owl Comics, and I've got Frank here from Salazar Art Nation. So where are you guys at on your channel for subscribers? Are you guys...
You know what? I think, if I'm not mistaken, me and you are at the same number. I'll have to check.
Okay.
I think I'm at 263.
Ooh. Listen, he's all sitting back going, I got mine. I don't know. Yeah, we have the same. So did you set your URL?
That I have not yet.
You know how?
I do. I just haven't got around to it.
No, I only asked because I was on a stream earlier with someone who he knew like he could do it. He just hadn't because he didn't even know where the setting was to do it. So, but yeah, I did mine today. I did have to wait for it to be available for me.
Yeah.
That took some time, but once it was available, it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. No one who's watched has put anything in comments. They're like, we're going to watch you, but we're not going to say anything.
Right.
So tell me what's going on with you guys. You want to have a spitball session for like 5-10 minutes? Give, some last stragglers a chance to get in here.
Sure.
Go ahead, Frank.
I am currently cutting, folding.
Look who's here!
These.
Hold on. Peter!
Peter.
Hello,
Mr.
Did I just see you earlier? No.
I was so irritated at work today because I forgot my headphones, and I work and sorry, Frank, we'll get back to what you were telling us. I was mad because I forgot my headphones, and I can't listen to live streams like I'd like to at work because it would disturb my coworker. And I was very annoyed. I'm like, yeah. I got to catch part of it. I was on for the beginning part. So there was something. Remind me. I know I commented on something you guys were talking about. Remind me what it was, so I know what to ask you guys now that I have you in the same room. It was about. I know you.
Oh well, you were commenting on Bob Ross and what my post. Yeah.
But there was something that the two of you were talking about. There was something the two of you were talking about, and I remember weighing in, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was just that. Maybe it was the Bob thing. Yeah, because you asked him who influenced him because you were talking about your tweet. I love that tweet. It was like, it was perfect. Because I'm actually, influencers are a subject, a section
Bob
subject.
Ross.
It's Bob Ross.
Is
That's
that why you have your hair like him?
Bob Ross.
I know. Got Bob Ross and Jim Henson as well. So yeah.
Nice.
Is that why you have your hair like his, Ronnie? Like Bob Ross?
Right? Yeah.
Is that what you're aspiring for?
I'm the Bob Ross of horror.
I have my volume 2 of my diva book, my spiritual diva meditation book, has a section called the influencers, and it which is what I loved about Peter's question, because it's about the connection and it's about the connection between the people we look up to as little kids and how that affects us as adults, whether it's spiritually, artistically, professionally, all those things. And it's just one. And so when he asked the question, it was perfect because I've already written what I'm going to put in there about Leonard Nimoy. I have a portion that I'm going to write about Jerry Lewis, because stand-up comedy, I get that 100%. I attribute the majority of what made me want to be a comic to Jerry Lewis. And so that's his. Yeah. So your post was perfect timing because it made me think. I'm like, ooh, I hadn't even thought about that. But Gustav Klimt is first and foremost, even before Bob. I don't remember when I found or discovered Gustav, but I got to see his original Adele in New York at a gallery. There's very few moments in my life that have compared to that. Like maybe the birth of my kids, maybe. You missed the drawing. This is the piece that I gifted. The woman who won it is she's a friend of a friend named Keely. She recently subscribed. I want to say she follows one of my spotlight shows, and that's how I found her. But for everyone else, I am going to pull another number, and I don't know. Basically it'll come down to who wins it and whether they want it. But I don't know. Well, how does YouTube feel about nudity? Well, I know Facebook hates it. But
There's plenty of nudity on YouTube.
I review horror comics, and there's nudity in the comics that we review. But of course, when I set the videos to go live, it's only for adults to look at it. So,
Well,
yeah.
When you go live on YouTube?
Yeah. But because you could choose, if it's for everyone or if it's for adults before you go live.
So here's a question. So my YouTube is set up to be never for kids. I never. I said I never do anything for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, even though I'm coming from StreamYard, that carries over into the settings. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, if you set it for always, then every stream you do is part of that equation. So
yeah,
exactly.
So
yeah, YouTube doesn't allow streaming if it's for kids, so you wouldn't be able to stream.
So me and Ronnie are good. I don't know. Frank might have to go. He's too young.
So
I have to cover my eyes.
Well, technically, because the way I was going to work the giveaway for this piece, which is this nude I did, it's a nude woman.
Oh, nice.
I said 7:15, 7:20, and we have 1 minute, and we haven't had a single person watching the stream put a comment in comments. That was the only That was going to be the only thing that was going to say anything about them getting a piece. So I'm going to write Frank, Ronnie, and Peter. Basically, it's going to be one of you three. Is the point?
Okay.
You're my three. So here's my empty
right.
guy. I got Ronnie. Wait, can you see? Oh, that's Peter. Peter. I know. I'm
Close
such a. This is the anal insane professional in me. I made the guys witness me doing everything. I'm like, this is a fair drawing. Don't anybody come back at me and try to say that it's not. So who's gonna get? She's kind of like a Little Mermaid inspired. She's a nude. She's just a girl. She's a pink girl. I do a lot of girls. Ronnie.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
So send me your address, Ronnie. She is yours.
For sure. Awesome.
Super excited. So yeah, thank you so much, Frank and Peter, you especially. Oh my God, you've done so much since we've met to help me get to this point and get to this milestone, and it feels really fucking amazing. It really does, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know it took me forever to get to my first 100, so it is a goal, like for a lot of new YouTubers.
For sure.
So congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it was, and just so you know, for those here and for anyone watching, when I met Peter, I was like, I think I was at 69 or 79, I can't remember. And it was like, it would not move. Like it would move, it would go to 80, it would go to, you know, and it was like, and then it would, it was almost like someone would go, sub, psych.
Yeah.
Sub.
Yeah, you get that a lot, you know.
Oh yeah, and if
And
you don't
just
get that, you don't get that, then you'll get like comments on your videos like, oh yay, who commented? And it's like, oh, follow this link and you can look at nudes. I'm like, get the hell out of here. I don't want to, you know, especially more now since they changed everything.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
And I did read part of why it takes a day or so after you've reached 100. Part of why it takes YouTube a little bit of time to send you to enable it for you is because they basically vet your subscribers that they're real people. Because people will, there's those people, these random like people trying to sell to us and stuff, but then there's also people who will legit create a whole bunch of accounts just to get their subscriber list up.
That's too much work.
I got no time, and I would rather know that the people watching or the people subscribing are like genuinely subscribed. And I'd love to know who I have 102 people or 102 subscribers. 3 of them
are me.
3 of them are me. I'm not gonna lie. I have 5 YouTube. Or is it 4? I think of 4.
Yeah.
2 or 3. What did you say, Frank? 2 are you? 2 are you?
I think like 2 or 3 might be me because I have the Tropical Crave casts.
It was so funny. Like, my 18-year-old son is one of my subscribers, and I would really love to tell you that it's because he subscribed, but it's because he was logged in on my computer to his YouTube. And little does he know, I'm like, oh, well, we are subbing to mom right now.
I did that to a friend of mine when I was trying to get Anna to 100 subs, which took just under a year to get her to that. But
wow,
some of my friends would have their phones there and like, so I don't think they even know.
It was a really big last 3 months. The first time I was telling I don't know if Ronnie was on the stream yet, but I was telling Frank about how I didn't let anyone ever in my life watch me paint, sketch, or otherwise until Mother's Day this year. The only people who had were my kids or ex-husbands or maybe a boyfriend or two, maybe. But publicly paint
all
live.
of them at once.
What?
All of them at once.
No. No poly art special gangbangs here, Frank. No. Sorry. I dropped the line. I dropped the line. I'm good. I'll pass. So before we say goodbye and sign off, let's start with Frank and tell me again. Let's just do a quick promo shout out, as Peter would say, pimp your comic, pimp your deal, man. Let's go.
All right, so right now I'm actually putting this mini comic together. I got about 400 copies that I need to get done for tomorrow. So I'm doing an all-nighter, getting these ready. And I put in the links below as a thank you to everyone who subscribed to Dory. You can get this as a PDF. So if you want to see what it is, you want to read it, you can just download it for free. So you can check that out. And you can find me at Salazar Art Nation. Check out my YouTube channel. I just uploaded a couple of videos. And I just check out the Turaco Crave because I just uploaded an animation trailer that I've been working on for under a couple of months. So you can check that out. And it's 38 seconds, but I think it came out pretty cool. It was fun doing it.
You don't have this on Webtoons, Frank?
No. I can, but there's no continuation to that because it's just like a little one-off. So I don't know if that will be.
So, you can do one-off Webtoons, like a one-off every week, a one-off every month. You don't have. It doesn't have. It doesn't have to be a story that's told like consistent. You know what I'm saying? It could be.
Okay.
The character's the same, right?
Yeah. Well, I have a couple of different characters. That one I do have another. I think it's maybe 8 or 10 pages.
I mean, this is way better than what I'm putting on there. Of course, my digital art is new. So I'm just saying, don't tell me I can't do something because I will prove you wrong.
Oh, that's all I am. I've only been doing this for about since 2019, doing it consistently. So
2 years.
I'm not gonna tell you your art is bad.
Oh well, I know it's not. Digital. No, I'm so new at that. But speaking of digital, Ronnie, the piece that I'm gifted that I drew that you won. I know we follow each other on Twitter, but I posted a digital color version, a different digital color version. Hi, Pops. You can come in, Pops. I sent you a link. But if you want to get a better idea, the one I posted in Twitter is a graphically colored digital representation of her. It's not an exact scan of her. So
gotcha.
One of the ways for me, this is what I'm used to doing, right? So what has been helping this gel with what coloring is on a digital device is I'm taking my own color images and enhancing them basically, and going in there and playing with the colors, playing with the brushes, and I'm learning what goes with what brush works here, what coloring works there, and that's what that image I put on Twitter today is. It's this piece. I took a photo of it, and then I played in my sketchbook.
Nice.
I don't have Photoshop. I don't have some fancy schmancy program. I'm using the free one because if I can get it to do what I want for free, I'm not paying for it.
Well, I use a free program for my stuff, so no problem there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Yeah.
Pop says.
Pop says he's still alive. So
he says, "Hey yo," he goes, "I still live." Oh, he's still live. Oh, he's in another stream, is what he's saying.
Oh,
gotcha.
He was in another stream. Yeah, I love you, Pops, no matter what. You know it. So yeah. So now, we'll do Ronnie next. We'll save.
All right, I'm Ronnie Gunter on all social platforms. They can find me as Crimson Owl Comics. I have a web comic on Tapas as a Vengeful Heart. It's a horror action fantasy comic. And then on Thursday nights, me and my co-host Jason Alexander, Frogbreaker Studios, does our show Comics Della Morte, where we talk about horror comics, talk about the artwork, the writing, and how terrifying it is, and then rate it from 1 to 10.
I know I tune in sometimes. I don't always.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's good conversation. Like, I appreciate the stuff that you guys talk about. Stephen King's my favorite writer.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Yeah, it's definitely great because, you know, I'm a writer and an artist, and then Jason, he does some artwork, but he's mostly a writer. So it's just great getting a view on like a comic each week and just see what he might point out differently than what I point out differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I for me, like, one of the reasons why I loved Steven so much when I was younger was I didn't want to be in this world. I didn't want any part of the world.
Yeah.
And Stephen King not only wrote about out of this world stuff, but he and you said it today on Peter's show, he was so descriptive. But he was descriptive in a way that didn't bore you to tears, because there's some descriptive narrations where I'm like, fucking shut up already. I don't need to know. I don't need to know what the drapes color whatever's are, you know, like.
Right.
But Stephen did it in a way where you literally, it became so vivid when you're reading. And I almost said listening to him, because I'm listening to The Stand right now. I got Audible to have books played to me while I'm doing art now. So I'm either if I don't have the radio on, I'm listening to a book. So I'm listening to The Stand right now.
Nice.
So, yeah, because I always wanted to read it. I had made a commitment to read it, and I never got around to it. Now I'm going to. So, and you're going to be on, because of Peter. I started the Saturday morning draw stream called Spotlighting the Masters, and you're going to be on with me next month.
Yep.
Cool.
It'll be fun.
Definitely looking forward to it. All right, Mr. Palmiotti.
Hey, everyone. I'm Peter Palmiotti, and you can find me everywhere by following my name everywhere.
Right?
I'm currently working on my comic Retro. I'm working on the inks, and I'll be finishing that hopefully this month, so I could jump on coloring and production and final script edits, and then get it out this year and possibly do an Indiegogo at year's end for those that missed it. So really excited about that. And yeah, I'm trying to grow my channel. If you're new to me, then come over and give me a sub.
Remind me again, we looked up Ronnie earlier, and I'm gonna go look. So you're at 946.
Yes.
Okay. So we want to get, I'm terrible at math. I need a calculator.
54?
Is it 54?
Yeah. Okay,
we got this.
In the last month, I think it was about that exact amount of subs I got. So if I have another great month coming up, I'll be able to reach 1,000.
Yeah. I'm pretty, like, I know I'd have to, I don't even know if there's a way to figure it out, maybe looking at the times or dates or something, but I want to say that I know I was definitely under 50 when I went live Mother's Day, like whatever that was. I know there's no way I had that many. I might have, my comedy page has less than 20 subscribers, and my diva page has less than 20 or 30 or something like that. Those channels I put on the back burner. I do hope to eventually build them.
Yeah.
But this is my primary business, is the Doris Jones Labors of Love. So this was the most critical for me, for my aspirations. It's where my art is. It's where my poetry is. It's where my spoken word is. It's not to say there's any less importance to Diva Dory or the comedy. I'm not saying that necessarily, but this is my heart and soul is kind of more here in a way. If that makes sense. So.
Yeah, if you grow one, then it will be easier to grow the others,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing, because I have 2 channels.
More than one?
I'm just focused on my main one right now. So. Is
your other channel featured at the bottom on your page?
If you go to my page and go to channels, it shows up. It's Creator Comics Group.
Yeah, I'm subscribed.
Yeah.
I just wait a minute, I need to go check, because I just did that too. I went in and I made sure that I had featured channels at the bottom, and I put in yours. Your channel is on my page as a featured channel.
Cool. Thanks.
Well, of course. I mean, I'm the only reason I know. What does Pop say here? Congrats on 102 subscribers. Thank you, Pops. Yeah, Pops' channel, Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt, that's a featured channel on my page. So if someone goes, for anyone listening or watching, if you can't remember how to find the channel, or you forgot, maybe whatever it is, you can go to one of our channels, the creators like myself and Peter, who have put people at the bottom as featured channels, and Pops' channel, and I think I might put Captain Courage at the bottom. If I didn't, I probably should, because between Frank and Peter, I definitely got to 100. This is pretty much what happened, the only other person I could think of that was seriously on it was Frog G. Every time I'd show up in a stream, it didn't matter what I was just hanging out, and he'd be posting links and shit. The minute he's on it, similar to what Frank does when he's in streams,
Yeah.
all over the place. So yeah, so that's exciting. So you know what, Peter, you're gonna have to just give me your address so I can send you a piece of art anyway, because these other 2 guys on the stream today are getting one.
Okay.
Let me tell you, if anything I got, it's art. I got tons of art, and I was just looking. Let me see where did I put it? I was just looking at the artwork I've done. I'm not going to bore you guys to tears with 3 million piles of art. I'll just show it to you. You know how you showed me your ink? Is that the stuff that you have behind you that needs inking?
Right.
Yeah. So this is one stack of painted paper pieces for my narrative poetry book. That's just one. I have a whole other stack here. These are 2 different sets. So one is done. The other one I'm gonna go through them, and I'm gonna fine tune some things, and I'm gonna blacken some of the black. What do they call that in your world, Peter? When you go in and you're not inking necessarily, but you're adding black. Isn't there a name for that?
Filling in black.
Wait.
No.
One at a time. Let Peter answer first.
Filling in the blacks. I mean, that's
filling the black.
Yeah, that's what I did originally to get my foot in the door.
So on some of these, this is one I just did. I have some more stuff I'm going to do to her hair. Not a lot, but I'm going to do. I'm going to give her a little more of a headpiece. But that's what I have. So I have one set that's done, and then I have another set that I just have some fine tune, filling in the blacks, things like that I want to do the art.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice.
Were you done, Peter, with your Pimp Your Peter Palmiotti stuff? I don't want to overstep.
What have I done? What?
You were pimping your what's going on?
Oh, it's I got my YouTube channel. I got my own project Retro I'm working on. That's mostly what I want people to know right now. I'm inking a lot of projects for other people. I have new projects coming my way, and it's my art rep Phil Blizzard is going to be on my show tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
His book Tragedy is on Indiegogo now. It was previously a successful Kickstarter, and now he's got different covers for it. So the prints I did for the Kickstarter are now covers on the Indiegogo. So you can get one of my covers there.
Peter Palmiotti.
Yeah, and I get things I can't talk about. So
No, that's bad because like I had
First rule of Fight Club, don't say it.
But I put like 2 stretch goals in my campaign. One of which is a patch. That was the first and foremost thing. And the finalized patch design, the actual final one, only the guy at the patch place and Shay of Red Valkyrie have seen it. And technically, I'm giving her total co-design credit because she went back and forth and gave me input as I would do stuff and as I would do stuff on the image, and I would send it to her and she'd give me her feedback. She doesn't pull any punches with her advice, which I love. But anyway, so patch is on there. But what you just said about variant covers, so my haiku series, it currently has this as a cover,
right?
Which is one of my pieces. It's one of my florals. It was from a floral class I did. It was one of my and when I say I don't do pastels, I have to remind myself that I can do them. Although this is technically still not quite pastel, but depending on cost and depending on where we go and depending on if I even get to a certain point with the haiku series, I have tons of different choices that I could absolutely do a print run with a variant. But I would like to just have enough to print a print run of the first one.
yeah.
Like that, and so I thought about that. But you mentioned variant covers, and my other book, the narrative poetry one that I'm almost done with the art. It's written, and I think you guys may have seen it, but the artist who is doing he agreed to do my cover for me. We worked out a deal, and he's going to do the cover, but he's probably going to do a variant.
Right.
And the variant would probably be something that would have to come in like a wrapper with no one will see it because he's known to do extremely erotic pinups.
Nice.
And I said, you have my full permission to do both. The one I'm going to actually put on the cover, because it's a portrait of me.
Nice.
I told him I originally, and you guys can tell me what you think. This decision's already made. He's got what he's got to make the painting or whatever. But I asked him, then I rescinded it, and I asked him, and I rescinded it because I said you know what? This feels too narcissistic to put me on the cover. And he knows the book. He knows the premise. He goes, didn't you say that these are narrative poems that tell your story of a child and being a foster kid and having this happen and having that happen and the whole book, the name of the book is This Is Not Emotional Burlesque. That's the name of the book because it's that raw. It's that naked emotionally. It's that personal. Right. And he's like, you being on the cover makes all the sense in the world. It wouldn't make sense if it was someone else, because if it's someone else, that's burlesque. Like that's because you can't tell your reader with the title this and then use something totally different. So he sold me on me being on the cover.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the point of that, and I could see it doing well. Like, I wouldn't put myself on the cover because it wouldn't sell as good. But
yeah, but I'm also, and he also, that was not him. My friend Lisa reminded me though, and no offense to anyone here, she reminded me that I'm a personality in addition to the art.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. She's like, you're Diva Dory. Amazon Beauty comic. Like you're not just a poet who's putting together an illustrated poetry book. And I'm like, oh, because it wouldn't occur to me to think about this if I were going to a comedy show as the Amazon Beauty. I'd go as the Amazon beauty, wearing my whatever I wear and doing my thing, and it wouldn't even occur to me that that was narcissistic or self-seeking or whatever. So, but you know, I think all of us are rock stars. In my personal opinion, I think that the only reason we're not famous is because we just haven't been discovered.
That's all.
Right.
That's all.
You know, I mean, lots of people know my name and know my work, but it's not necessarily based off of my own characters or my own art per se. You know, it's stuff I've done for other people, and that's well and good. But yeah, I'm out there right now, trying to make a name for myself with my own work, and that's completely different arena.
I was gonna say that's gonna change with retro.
Yeah.
That's not the same at all, and you're gonna like. And I've seen enough. I'm still in awe of your skill. I'm still in awe. I went through Crimson. Yeah. So I'm about out. I'm about over. Like I don't have anything else, you guys. You guys have anything else you want to chat or spitball about or whatever?
Well, what are your goals for the next 100 subscribers?
Well, actually, my next goal, big time. Speaking of my YouTube, for those that are here and watching, one of the things that's on my YouTube is all my poetry and spoken word goes there. It's put there. So I have 2 different playlists that already exist there. One is my spoken word poetry of me reading poetry live. And again, that's not something I would have ever done before. And then the other playlist is every single spoken word poetry video I've ever produced. Because I don't just write poetry. I write, and this year I started doing spoken word performing. I have my big goal. I just produced an album earlier this year. It's a full-length poetry music album of spoken word. But I have 5 more to produce. That was one poetry collection. I have 5 more. And that's not counting the narrative poetry book that I'm almost done, the one that I'm illustrating. That's 5 other poetry collections. And so, yes, on my next so for those that have subscribed to my YouTube channel, or hopefully if you're listening, you'll go subscribe. If you're even remotely interested in poetry or watching video that's got audio and vocals and music, and sometimes I put the lyrics, not lyrics, but the text, because some of my videos of my poetry are 2 versions. I have the music video, so to speak, which is just a bit. The only difference between my music videos and someone who's doing music is that I'm speaking as opposed to singing.
Right.
But I had a discussion with one of our local stars here in San Diego. He's a local rap star. His album is up for the San Diego Music Award. His name is Bloodstone, the Street Preacher. And he is a local rapper here in San Diego. And he and I had a pretty good discussion. We got to have a good discussion about where rap came from and how rap was from spoken word. Spoken word produced, or spoken word poetry is what pushed some people into jazz as jazz singers, or it pushed them into rap as rappers. And so there's a crossover. There's a ton of. I have no intention of becoming a rapper. just saying, but but I do have some there's some ideas in here of taking some of those performances to the next level. I'll put it that way.
Right.
Yeah, to the next level.
Okay.
My video called "Find Us, Darling" is one of the first ones in where I allowed myself to be in the video. Like I had going back to that cover for my next book, right? Like I produce so many spoken word videos, but I would use stock video from a free site. I belong to Pexels. It's a free website for creators, for artists who do photography and video, because I do that as well. And I've belonged to it for a long time. It's a free website, but you can donate to each other. So like, let's say I use someone's pictures or I use their video, I can just send them a donation on PayPal, and that's how we support each other. And a lot of my video footage that I use in those videos aren't mine, but filmmaking is my jam. It's another one of my jams. I have two short films to my credit, my name, from way back. And so I want basically to answer your question in a simpler fashion, Peter. I have a lot of ideas about how to up the ante, so to speak, on the spoken word and maybe in some live in-venue performances in person, if we can. There's a couple of places here in San Diego that are opening up, that are doing open mics, hosting open mics, things like that, where I can go perform in person.
Nice.
This whole time I have my cats out, and they're just fighting each other. So
kitty.
That's why I keep looking away.
That's all right. So I'm gonna, you guys, I'm so grateful for all of your help. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for coming and joining my live stream. I already know Frank's address. Ronnie, and Peter, you guys are gonna send me yours.
I sent it on Instagram just a few minutes ago.
And okay, good. And what I'm writing this down, because if I don't, I think of things all day and I forget, and then I come home and I go, what was I thinking? I'm gonna create a Google photo drive where that's one of the things I'm gonna do during the course of my campaign while it's running on Indiegogo, because it launches tomorrow, by the way.
Exciting.
I will be on the Red Valkyrie Presents Doris Jones. It's called Red Valkyrie. Yep. And 1:00 Eastern time tomorrow, Shay and Cyborg Valkyrie are launching me and launching my campaign.
Oh, I'm doing a show at 1.
Yeah. Well, trust me, I'm scheduled to be on Aria Blackness Bargain Bin on Monday. I'm going to be doing Madness with Pops on Monday. And I'm doing Tuesday night with RJ of Critical Blast, and Thursday night with the Forney and Fike show, the Thursday night throwdown. So trust me, Peter, you will have a chance to catch me. The only thing that bugs me, though, about you being live at 1 is that I'm going to miss your show.
Right.
That's what will bug me.
The show will be there.
I don't do Sunday night draw streams anymore because we're on at the same time.
And my schedule is tight. That's why I backed away from doing that at the moment. But I'll get back to it.
But so one of the things I'm going to do as I'm working through the haiku series is I've designed a patch. I'm going to design a sticker sheet. These are things for like stretch goals and maybe some, additional add-ons if we can get, depending on people's response to this book. But that Google Drive is a place where I'm going to put stuff that's finished so that when backers back, they know what they can pick, or they can I can say, okay, well, here, it's first, here's the choices, and I can start kind of setting things aside. I have that much art. This is what I'm getting at. So anywho, I'm gonna hit play on my exit video. You guys are more than welcome to stick around until the end and hang out in the studio with me after it's done playing. Or you can just, I will not be offended if you decide to just cut out of the stream and pop out. Okay? Okay. All right. Love you. Thank you all for coming on tonight. Mwah!
Shall we begin?
This is not a drill.
Repeat, this is not a drill.
Let's begin now.
Ignore me no more, or forever miss me gone. Stop caring, I will.
Sweet girl I am, yes. Don't underestimate me. Cut a pitch, I will.
There went Pops one day, suggesting I do something in a whole new way.